Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another round of reviews. Here we have the Hasbro 6-inch line of the Ghostbusters. This is the Ghostbusters Plasma series. Here we have Peter Venkman. Now it's odd because my buddy Anthony, Spawn XD209, he also picked them up. He's the one that told me that Target was starting to get them. So I was able to check Pop Finder, or he actually sent me the link to Pop Finder. It showed that there were 8 in stock, so they did get a full case. The DPCI for these, because they are hitting Targets now, is 087163509. The case actually says street dated for April 26th, which I was surprised because I thought it would have been June 1st. But anyway, here we have them. He opened his already, and they are very, very small. So they say 6-inch scale, but they're not. They don't scale well with other figures. So we'll see that as we open them up. I'll do some size comparisons and some things. One of the things that's a little odd, each figure actually comes with like a different added accessory, which is cool in a sense, but you know, when it comes to like the stream for the Proton Packs, it only comes with Winston. That's kind of odd, but you know, it is what it is. Anyway, the packaging looks very interesting. The whole thing's supposed to look like the Ghostbusters outfit kind of thing, then with the name tags, so you can see Venkman. So that's kind of cool. We have this cool artwork there of the Ghostbusters team. Nothing on this side. Whoops. And then look at the back of the package. We have all the figures in the wave, and we have the Build-A-Figure Vinz Clortho. So the Terror Dog, it's specifically that one that Rick Moranis turns into, and then that's pretty cool. So we actually also have a bio. So it says, Peter Venkman, the man with the mouth. Peter can convince almost anybody of almost anything. So that's actually a decent little bio. You know, it's funny that Power Rangers doesn't give us bios, G.I. Joe doesn't give us bios, but Marvel Legends and Black Series does too, and then now Ghostbusters Plasma Series. But anyway, rambling on and on, let's open it up. Okay, so here is the Peter Venkman figure out of the package, and you know what? It's not very good. There's some good things about it, yes, but overall, it's just not what I would have expected from Hasbro, who has given us Power Rangers Lightning Collection, G.I. Joe Classified Series, Marvel Legends, even Star Wars Black Series. So how we got this, I don't get it. I don't understand. And I can't imagine that the Ghostbuster license would have been that high and that expensive, that the quality of the figure in terms of articulation, size, how we ended up with this. But anyway, let's take a closer look at the figure and accessories. We'll look at his crap articulation, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so first thing we'll look at is actually the Vinz Clortho or Terror Dog Build-A-Figure piece, or Build-A-Ghost, depending on which package you're looking at. So I kind of would have thought there'd be articulation here, but there's actually articulation right here, which seems a little low to me, and then there's ankle articulation and the foot hinges and stuff. It just looks okay. There's just the plastic color. There's no paint to it other than obviously the nails and then the little horn there, or spike. It's okay. We'll see when it's all together. I don't want to prejudge that, but I do want to judge the figure. But anyway, first we'll look at the good. The good is the head sculpt and the digital face print. For a movie that was, how old is it? 36 years old. That's an old movie. 1984. Came out even before I was born. And it still holds up. Still a very good movie. I watched Ghostbusters 1 and 2 yesterday. Actually, it's still a very good movie. The head sculpt looks really good. Peter Venkman, what's his name? Bill Murray, does look really good to give it to his younger self. Is it a little wide? I think it's okay. You know, it's hard to get the real look for his hair because I think it was kind of thinner even then, but still really good. The accessories and things that he comes with are really good as well. So I forget what this thing's called, but this is the trap for the ghost, where they usually has like a cable hooked up to it, but they roll it out, and then they open it up, and and then it'll suck in the ghost. And I think I had one of these toys when I was a kid where you actually pushed a button and it opened up. It's kind of cool. It's just hollow on the bottom, but it's got like the sculpted wheels on there. Some nice paint, silver and red, and then the black and yellow up at the top. This is done really nice, so I like that. That's good. One of the good things about the figure. The other good thing is the Proton Pack. Proton Pack looks awesome. No complaints whatsoever from me. That looks really good. You got red and blue wires that are painted in there. A little bit of red. We get some duct. No, well, that's not duct. I don't know what that's called. It's some kind of electrical coil or something. I don't know what it is. You guys let me know down in the comments below if you know what that exact name for it is. It looks like duct tape. I know it's not. But that's painted in there nicely. We get some silver paint right here. So this is done very nice. We get this tube, and I'm not sure what the tube was. I noticed it in the movie that each one of them had it, but I don't know what its purpose was. That's on there. That looks good. So all of this is really nice. We get a decent length in the hose for the Proton Pack blaster, or whatever it's called, the wand, and it plugs in and ports in right there. So that is done really nice. Right here, he's got a hole on the belt here, and I think that's because they use that for the other Ghostbusters, because each one comes with something different and you could port things in there. But anyway, that's good. Not a whole lot going on in there with the belt. This Proton Pack strap is done in a green color, and that's how you hold it onto him, and it just ports in the back. The problem I have with this is to plug that in to secure it. I'm stressing the hell out of this plastic. I don't know if you can see the stress marks already in that rubber plastic, but that's bad. It looks like it's already starting to cut. Like, that's not good. All I'm doing is the basic functionality of what this figure is supposed to be, and it's stressing the shit out of it. So that's bad. But it's done nicely because it ports in there nice. You can just kind of reach it over, pull his arm out, and you can see it'll just port right on in the back. So, but this is done very nicely, except for the strap and how you secure it to the figure. The rest of the figure, it's done in kind of a shiny plastic. I wish it would have had more of a matte look for the canvas, coveralls. But the sculpt of it is nice. We get pocketed sculpt in there, the seams and everything. We don't get the real canvas looking texture to it, but it's done nicely for the most part. Elbow pads, we get gray around the elbow pads to show that it's on there over the suit. So that's good, but man, articulation is really lacking, which we'll take a look at now. Okay, so for articulation, Peter Venkman, he can look down-ish. He can look up-ish. Not really. That's bad. Swivel side to side. That's pretty good. See, can you pop the head off? You can pop the head off. Here is how it is. Dumbbell joint into the neck itself. That's an odd one, but whatever. How can I get it back on? And so if you pop these heads off, good luck trying to get it back on, because that's pain in the ass. Anyway, there it is. So shoulder can go up that high. You can get a full rotation. Actually, a really cool thing is it's got a butterfly joint in there. So you don't get a huge amount of motion, as you can see, but you get some. So that's cool. You get an upper bicep swivel in there. Double jointed elbow, which works well. It gives you way more than 90 degrees. So, when you have the Proton Pack in there, and I'll show you that a little bit later, he can reach over his right shoulder to grab it. So that is good. No ab crunch, no diaphragm joint whatsoever. That's not good. But you do get that ball joint at the waist. So you can do some tilt, very little. Tilt to the other side, very little. Going forward, that's it. Not a whole lot. Go back. That's it, not a whole lot, but you can get turn in there, of course. Legs go out that far apart, decent. Can kick forward that high, not bad. Upper thigh cut there, so good. Double joint to knee. It's an ugly knee joint, but it's effective. No boot swivel at all. Foot hinges down. That's it for the range of motion on the foot. Not a whole lot, but ankle pivot. And you have peg holes at the bottom of the feet. So very lacking in terms of articulation, but there are some things that are pretty standard and some things that are good, like the added butterfly joint. It's not super effective, but it's nice to have. The range in the elbow is great for the Proton Pack, which we'll show you right now. Okay, so having the Proton Pack now, I didn't secure it because I didn't want to stress out that plastic even more. But while it's ported in there, he absolutely can hold the wand, so that is pretty good. And then you can kind of bring it around, and he can hold it, I guess, depending... I guess that doesn't really work out too well. Maybe I did it wrong. But anyway, there's that. I didn't mention this earlier because I forgot, but the wrists, you get a roll of the dice hinge on the right arm. It has a full swivel. And then the left, you actually get the same hinge, and it does have a swivel. And they're both kind of the trigger finger hands that he has. So that is pretty good. Let's see. Wish there was bendy wire and stuff. It's just that molded like soft plastic. And then you gotta really hold it a certain way. It's kind of a pain to get him to hold this because the grip hands are a little tight, and then the blaster portion is a little bit bigger, but he can hold it, so you can do some cool things. Okay, and there we go. Then he can have it, hold it in two hands and kind of point it at whatever ghost or whatever that he's trying to blast. Now let's see how he compares to some other figures, and it's not good. Okay, so for the first size comparison, here we have with the Gilbert, I don't even remember their names from that movie. I did enjoy it though, but the Mattel version of the female cast of Ghostbusters, I think Answer the Call or whatever they renamed it to actually be. So you can see those are actually in scale together, and I think this was considered a 6-inch line. So there you have it. Here, this is the only kind of loose Black Series figure that I have to show you guys, and he's actually taller than the Black Series Ray, but I think this one was very undersized. Here he is next to a Power Rangers Lightning collection. You can see that is a huge size difference for both being a 6-inch figure scale. So pretty crazy that they do that. Here we have him next to the Marvel Legends Stanley figure, and you can see Stanley is way taller. When you have realistic people, it just doesn't really seem to work out great. And then forget it when you compare him to a Marvel Legends comic figure. Here we have Eel. That's just kind of the first one I grabbed out of my kid's box. And Eel just towers over him. So you throw in some other taller Marvel Legends and it will just look really, really bad. So along with more Hasbro, here we have G.I. Joe Classified Series Snake Eyes, and he is much taller. But then when you have like Duke, who's even taller than Snake Eyes, it's just a huge towering difference as well. So not good in terms of scale. Articulation is lacking. Does it look good? Yeah, it does. Does it compare to some other ones? I don't know. I don't have the Mattel ones. I couldn't tell you that. Diamond Select also did them. They probably did them fairly well. I mean, Articulation would be lacking on those as well. Mezco probably wins it, but they should when you have a $300 plus box set that has all 4 soft goods and everything. And they do accessories extremely well. But for $20, decent, not bad. Are my expectations high? You damn right they are, because when we get stuff like these, yes, it should be, but decent nonetheless if you enjoyed the movie. They will look good on a shelf. In terms of pictures, I'm sure somebody can work out some magic and do things like that. But you guys let me know down in the comments below what you think of the figure. Yes, I was very harsh on it, and rightfully so in my opinion. But you guys let me know everything down in the comments below. If you guys liked the video, hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. And as always, thank you for watching.